almost there. Almost there.
Down there, Gwinnett County property.
Private?
No, it's not. That's private. Down there's private. The other lot down there's private.
While fishing one afternoon, two men suddenly found themselves in the middle of a terrifying situation.
What the hell? Oh my God. Guys, this guy just fell in the water. Oh my God.
A nearby boater had lost control and was thrown into the large lake, leaving his vessel spinning wildly at full speed. The fishermen reacted without hesitation, steering their boat toward the man struggling in the water. They reached him just in time, pulling him aboard and preventing what could have easily been a fatal tragedy.
Pan out, pan out, pan out. Come on. You're almost there. Almost there. Get in the boat, get in the boat. Hurry up. Come on, man, that boat is gonna hit us. Come on. Go, Dad, go.
But the real danger was still out there. The abandoned boat continued to circle, uncontrollably, its powerful engine turning it into a deadly threat to anyone nearby. The fishermen immediately contacted emergency services, explaining that the vessel still had a full tank of gas and would keep running until someone stopped it.
I'm out here in front of the dam, in front of the Booster Club at Lake Seminole, and this gentleman was in his boat, and he got through out the boat, and the boat is doing, we saved him, so he's in our boat. He's okay, but the boat is doing circles, and it's got a full tank of gas, so the boat is not going to stop.
Unwilling to just wait, they tried to handle the situation themselves. They maneuvered close throwing ropes and trying to catch the runaway craft, but each attempt failed. The boat's unpredictable movements
Hold on to that one, and I'll throw the front one in. Right out there, we're just coming this way. Just put that over the boat, and then on 3, 1, 2, 3. Damn.
and high speed made it impossible to approach safely. At last, luck stepped in. The unmanned vessel drifted toward the shoreline, slamming into a thick tree branch that slowed it down. The owner rushed over, jumped back aboard, and quickly shut off the engine.
That thing's turning its direction. I told you it was going to turn direction. There we go! Woo!
The crisis had finally ended, though, only barely. Had those fishermen not been nearby, the outcome could have been devastating. A boat spinning out of control on open water is as deadly as any natural threat, proving how fast a normal day can turn disastrous. This event underscores how unpredictable boating accidents can be. What began as a simple fall became a high-risk emergency because of the boat's engine. It also shows how crucial quick action and nearby help are. Without those fishermen, the man might not have survived. But consider this. What if the boat hadn't drifted to shore? What if it had kept spinning until the fuel ran dry, or worse, collided with another person? Situations like this remind us that even for experienced boaters, danger can appear in an instant, and not every story ends with a rescue. Meet Anderson Giddies, a passionate fisherman known for sharing his outdoor adventures and taking viewers to some of the most remote, untouched waters. His videos captured not just the excitement of landing a catch, but also the calm rhythm of nature always told with his signature enthusiasm and sincerity. For years, Anderson's channel entertained and inspired thousands, offering a peaceful escape into the wild. But one trip would remind him just how unpredictable and terrifying those waters could truly be. It began like any other calm morning. Anderson arrived at a secluded spot for another kayak fishing trip, carrying his usual gear, his camera, and a quiet sense of excitement.
Pegou! Escapou. Não, tá aqui, tá aqui, tá aqui. Tá aqui, tá aqui, tá aqui. Pegou. Peguei! Nossa! Escapou, cara. Ah não, tá aqui, tá aqui, tá aqui. Tá aqui. Tá aqui, tá aqui. Olha! Que linda, cara. Corvina. Aí. Ah, garoto. Olha aí, ó. Linda, linda corvina. Vem cá. Aí, ó. Olha aí que linda. Isso é corvina, parece um peixe do mar. Vem cá, garoto. Lindo, lindo, lindo. Tá aí. Bom que com anzol inline é fácil de soltar, ó. E ainda amassou o anzolzinho. Mas veio. Vai embora. Show. Pegou. Aí, garoto.
The lake looked perfect, the water smooth as glass, and the sky an endless blue. He caught several fish early on, proudly holding them up for the camera before carefully releasing some back into the water. Everything felt peaceful, almost routine, the kind of day that reminds any angler why they love fishing. But that calm was about to disappear. Without warning, his line tightened with alarming force.
Que foi isso? Que foi isso? Ué, que foi? Peguei alguma coisa aqui. Peguei alguma coisa aqui. É um boto, será? Não. Caramba. Olha aí. É grande, é grande, é grande. É grande, cara. Isso é grande. Isso é grande, meu irmão. O que é, cara? O que é? Fundou? Vai levantar, vai levantar, vai levantar, vai levantar. Nossa, meu Deus do céu! É um monstro de um jacaré. Caramba, cara. Meu Deus, e agora, Jesus? Meu Deus do céu, é muito grande, cara. É muito grande. É muito grande. Parceiro do céu, ajuda. Esse é grande, cara. É maior que o seu caiaque. Caramba, cara. Olha o tamanho desse cara. Tá me rebocando, meu irmão. Caramba, e agora? Tá muito perto. Olha o tamanho. E agora? Caramba. Meu Deus do céu, cadê ele? Pra onde que ele vai? Caramba. Ele tá bem aqui embaixo de mim, cara. Ele tá embaixo de mim, meu Deus. Deixa eu soltar a aflição do molinete. Qualquer coisa.
Anderson had hooked something massive, something unlike any fish he had ever encountered before. The rod bent violently, pulling forward with immense strength. His excitement turned to disbelief as he struggled to steady the kayak, realizing whatever he had caught was both powerful and unpredictable. Suddenly, the surface erupted with enormous streams of bubbles. The unseen creature was circling directly beneath him. Anderson froze, realizing the animal below was at least as large as his kayak, maybe even larger.
Meu Deus do céu. Caramba, meu irmão. Caramba, meu irmão. Caramba. Olha o tanto de bolha. Nossa, olha o tamanho das bolhas, cara. Olha de bolha. Olha só. Se liga no tamanho desse cara, velho. Caramba, meu irmão. Caramba. Meu Deus do céu. É muito monstro, cara. É muito monstro.
The water churned violently as the kayak rocked back and forth, and one wrong move could send him straight into the depths. Minutes stretched into a nerve-wracking fight. The creature moved unpredictably, releasing waves of bubbles that never seemed to end.
E agora? Não, olha. Cara, imagina um animal que tá soltando bolha já faz um tempão e não acaba as bolhas dele, cara. Olha o tamanho disso. Pera aí. Uia, Bateu de novo o rabo dele no caiaque. Agora ele se mexeu. Ó. O problema é ele subir já querendo me atacar. Onde ele tá? Ele tá bem aqui, ó. Acabou a cabeça dele. Olha. Você viu? O rabo dele é muito grande, cara, porque ele tá lá no fundo. Ó. Puxou. Agora puxou. Agora ele tá levando. Ó, ó. Ó.
Anderson's fishing rod bent nearly to its breaking point. The line strained tight, and each lurch of the kayak reminded him just how small he was compared to what lurked below. Despite his years of experience, his breathing quickened, and fear crept into his voice as he tried to maintain control.
Isso aqui. Nossa, cara. Olha isso, cara. Olha isso. Olha, ó. Olha onde tá de bolha ali, ó. Não consigo subir mais a vara.
Só que agora ele pulou de novo, né?
Acho que não.
Não, ele tá flutuando ainda?
Tá.
Então você vai ter que manter pressionado.
Caramba, cara. Nossa. É muito grande, Charles. É assim, fora do normal, cara.
Cara, ele boiou exatamente de frente pra mim e a sua escona lá dentro, velho. Dá pra ver certinho, cara.
Sério?
Uhum.
Mas tá gravando ainda?
Tô. Não, agora tá nos 15 segundos.
Ah,
tá,
sim.
Tá gravando.
Caramba, meu. Essa varinha aqui, ó, é do Silvano. Silvano varas custam. Não aguenta? Hã? Fala pra mim.
Ah, o jeito que ela tá aí.
Esse molinete é 2.500.
Acho que ele tá grudado no fundo. Tá não.
Tá não, certo?
Tá não.
Tá não?
Então, se ele tiver tendo que fazer força...
Pior que eu ganho, ele toma de volta. O que eu tô... Olha lá, ó. Ó. O que eu ganho, ele toma de volta. Só que ele tá mais cansado agora.
Só pra ideia, você já descolou ele do fundo. E agora ele tem que ficar fazendo força pra ficar...
Olha.
Então, do jeito que você tá aí, ele tem que estar se movimentando pra ele se manter no fundo, pra manter pra baixo.
E tá soltando muita bolha, cara. Ele tá bem perto, cara.
Tá com o líder aí?
Não. Ele conseguiu tomar um pouco de linha. Ó, isso aqui tudo eu puxando ele. E a aflição tá no limite da resistência da vara. Ó, ó, ó. Ah, ó, ó. Rapaz, você tá doido.
The battle continued for over 40 exhausting minutes. His camera caught it all: the splashing water, the trembling rod, and his desperate attempts to stay balanced. Every time the creature seemed to retreat, it came back with renewed strength, slamming beneath the kayak and shaking it violently. Anderson held on, drenched in sweat and uncertainty, unsure how much longer he could endure. Finally, with one final surge...
Tá afrouxando, ó. Ó. Vai tomar. Vai levar. Tá levando. Tá levando. Tá levando. Arrebentou. Arrebentou. Olha ele ali, ó. Olha ele ali, ó. Só veio pra tirar sarro e soltou minha isca. Partiu no meio, cara. Partiu no meio. Olha o tamanho da criança. Caramba, ó. Partiu a isca no meio. Caramba, meu. Olha o estrago da isca. Esmagou ela todinha. E partiu do meio. Olha aí lá, ó as bolhas dele lá, ó. Olha ele ali, ó. Olha lá. Será que ele vai sair no seco?
Acho que vai.
Olha lá, tá bem ali ele ali, ó. Vamos acompanhar ele, vamos ver se ele vai sair. Se ele vai sair pra fora e vai pro mato. Vamos ver. A galera, dá uma olhada aqui no que aconteceu com a isca. Olha isso. Olha isso. Meu Deus do céu. Graças a Deus ele... Bom, pelo menos... Hein, Charles? Eu não falei que a gente ia levar a nossa isca?
É, ué.
Hã?
Você falou que queria levar, né?
Né? Mas ele falou, não, então nós vamos dividir.
Um pedacinho, não.
Ele ficou com um pedacinho. Rapaz do céu, esse...
The line snapped free. The force nearly threw him off balance. Anderson pulled up what was left of his tackle and showed it to the camera, the bait completely crushed and twisted. Though frustrated by the loss, he exhaled in visible relief, thankful that the encounter hadn't ended in disaster. But even as the water grew calm again, bubbles continued to rise, slowly fading into silence. Anderson sat still, his heartbeat pounding in his ears, realizing just how close he had come to something potentially deadly. Later, as he replayed the footage, that question lingered in his mind. What exactly had he hooked out there? Viewers were quick to speculate. Many concluded that Anderson had likely tangled with a massive crocodile. The bubbling water, the dragging motion, and the sheer power behind each pull all fit the description. Others argued it might have been an enormous alligator gar or some other large aquatic predator. Whatever the answer, one thing was certain: it was no ordinary fish. Still, the chilling thought remains, what if the creature hadn't let go? A predator that size could have easily capsized the kayak, dragging Anderson into the murky depths. Would he have had any chance to escape, or would the video have ended as something far darker than a fishing story? Encounters like this remind us that legends and spirits may be frightening, but they can't truly harm you. Real danger lies in the living world, in the deep waters, the silent jungles, and the hidden predators waiting below. Anderson's experience was more than just a story. It was a stark reminder of how thin the line between awe and fear can truly be. The intense clip of the night comes from SGI Maverick, a YouTube channel that mixes outdoor adventures, casual fishing trips, and sometimes real-world confrontations. Known for its relaxed, vlog-style approach, the channel often captures raw, unfiltered moments as the host and his friends explore different fishing spots. Along the way, they occasionally encounter locals who aren't too happy to see them. On May 28, 2019, what began as a calm fishing trip quickly escalated into a heated standoff. An elderly couple approached a group of teenagers fishing near a lake, accusing them of trespassing on private HOA property. The teens disagreed, insisting the land was public. They even referenced county records and previous conversations with other residents to prove they had every right to be there.
Howdy.
You're not supposed to be fishing here. This is private property.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
See that?
It's HOA.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Come here, I got something to show you.
I don't care what you've got to show us. It's HOA.
You, John?
No, I'm not
Oh,
done.
John's your
I haven't
neighbor.
talked to you yet.
John's your neighbor. All right, you see this? See that piece of land? That's that right there.
Yes.
Guess who owns it? Gwinnett County.
That's right, but it's our HOA.
No, it's not.
This is our
No, it's not.
HOA lake that we
It's not
pay
private.
Let me tell you something.
It's not private.
I deal with the county all of the time.
Yeah, okay. My dad, yeah, cool.
That is a private
It's not
spot
actually.
of land.
I have-
Why do you think they have do not trespass?
Well, I don't see that.
Because
You-
they
you're not-
somebody
I got
took-
grandparents that live here.
Because you came up through there. We're getting new signs to put up there.
Oh, are you?
Because people are coming.
Well, this is
real.
public. It's not HOA.
No,
The
it's
lot down there. Yo, no.
HOA
No,
here.
it's not.
Yes,
Tell you what,
it
I'll
is.
have the police explain it to you.
Or you can. I'll show them
Be
this.
kind enough to tell me your name.
I'm not gonna tell you my name. Why would I do that?
Why? You're not breaking the law.
Okay, but I want some like freaking.
We are actually. So.
Dude, I don't want some like two people telling me. No, I don't want you knowing my name. Would you like this?
Huh?
It's Gwinnett County. This is Gwinnett County property. Down there, Gwinnett County property.
It is private.
No, it's not.
County
That's
property.
private. Down there's private. That other lot down there's private.
Stay right here
All
for
this
another
is
30
right here.
minutes. Stay right here for another 30 minutes. And I'll have somebody explain it to you.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, the police will come and explain.
But down there is public
Do you
property.
want to come walk over here and see what the sign says over
Oh,
here?
well, anybody can put that sign there. I could print out a sign in my neighborhood and say my street's closed if I wanted to, but I didn't.
No, this is a sign put on by Gwinnett County. You come
Well,
over here and
actually, ma'am,
that's why
it is Gwinnett County property.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, this is HOA.
Oh
No,
my
they
God.
don't.
Yes, they do.
They live on this lake and we pay $300 a year.
live on Lake Altoona and I still fish there.
Yeah, it's
Because this is a private lake owned by the HOA.
Hey,
You come down here and I'll show you.
Well, the sign's all there too, so you can see it.
I know, we're getting 2 more signs because the one got taken down.
on jaw say?
Pardon me?
On jaw? On jaw? All right, we're getting the cops called on us we're getting the cops called on us for fishing. We're fishing in a lake and we're taking fish and putting them back in. That's the most illegal thing.
Yeah, it's facing away from us. That is, why would I?
You think we're gonna come down here and just like take a little peek at those?
No, we're gonna get 2 more signs. One put up there.
So HOA owns this forest? I didn't know that. Wow. That's a big lot of land. Yeah, but it's funny though. You see this? That lot of land is right there. That lot is right here. You look by her name, Gwinnett County.
Huh?
No, I'm fine. My leg's a little tired.
Oh, come on. A young person like you and your...
Dude, I'm a swimmer, man, you know.
What followed was an uncomfortable argument. The couple raised their voices, threatened to call the police, and demanded that the teens leave immediately. But the boys stayed calm, explaining that they had the necessary documents and were not breaking any rules. Despite their efforts, the couple refused to listen.
What are we doing that's wrong to disturb you? Just let me in on that, and we'll leave.
I don't understand what's bugging
Like, so is throwing plastic on plastic line on a graphite hook or graphite rod disturbing you? Is it bugging you? Am I touching you? Am I?
Answer your question.
No, I want you to answer that now. I want that to be the first thing.
Answer it now.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it wrong to steal?
We're not stealing.
What does that mean to you? If somebody steals from me,
Well, what are we stealing? What are we stealing?
are you doing what's right?
Oh, what?
You're breaking the law. This is private property. Do not trespass.
I would like proof. I want to
We have
come.
a whole sheet that says that this is like.
This is Gwinnett County, not HOA. So Gwinnett County does not own this neighborhood. Gwinnett County owns no neighborhood. Therefore, if Gwinnett County owns this lot, there is.
Let me tell you where it is.
It's public.
Wait, do you own those woods?
You're on private property right
You
now.
haven't, dude. You're not listening to
Listen
anything.
to me.
You're not listening to anything I'm saying.
She listened.
I do. You know what's funny?
Here-
He doesn't. Who lives there? Do you live there?
Here,
Which house do you live in?
I live in there.
Is that your wife?
3 down. No.
3 down? So okay.
He knows where I live. He was on my dock.
Okay, so thing is, you see, okay, that was wrong with him. He shouldn't have been there. I told him not to. But right here is okay to fish. And you see that dock? I actually checked the real estate stuff for that, the lot. And the thing is, whoever lives here, that's not his dock, because that is not his property.
That's not the White House right there. That's his dock. That's not.
No, I'm talking about the dock right here. It's actually like it's actually part of Gwinnett County. It's part of this. It's not part of his property. It's part of this. So we actually could fish there if we wanted to. And that lady a few weeks ago yelled at me because of that, and I talked to her, told her the same thing. This is public. So when the cop gets here, I'll talk to him. Tells me to leave, I'll leave. But I'm not going to listen to you because you like every time.
You gotta know whose property you're on. This is going still.
Would you like to you want to throw a few casts out?
What'd you say?
You want to throw a few of these out, see if you can catch anything? You want to say hi to YouTube?
I don't care what
No,
you're doing.
it's fun. No,
All I want you to do is
You should be going out. We're not inside playing.
you know we're kids. We're freaking outside. I'm not gonna say my age, but I'm a teenager.
And I'm a teenager.
We're both teenagers. You know,
We're not.
you should be happy we're not inside playing video games. We're outside doing something active.
I'm very happy you're not
Thank
doing
you.
that.
God bless you.
If you're on private property.
Well,
So, but what are we doing to disturb anybody?
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
What are you doing on private property when it says no trespassing?
we don't see.
Well, we didn't see that. And the guy who lives in one of these 3 houses.
That house is the only house
That's one?
that belongs to
This one? Okay.
me. This one does not.
Well, the thing is, you know what's funny? This is an HOA, though.
No. Yes, this
No.
For nearly 30 minutes, the two sides argued back and forth. The couple claimed the lake was private, while the teens countered with evidence showing it was public property. At one point, the couple stated that the homeowners association owned the entire area, but the boys pointed to official maps that proved otherwise. The tension continued to build, with neither side willing to give in. The teens didn't respond with anger. Instead, they remained composed and logical, calmly pointing out that they weren't harming anything, just fishing and releasing their catch. They argued that they had every right to enjoy the outdoors like anyone else, and that being outside was far better than staying indoors doing nothing. The argument dragged on, with the couple continuing to insist they were right. They maintained that the police had already been called and would arrive soon to remove the boys. But after waiting nearly half an hour, no officers appeared. Eventually, the teens packed up their gear and left the area confident they had done nothing wrong. The video soon gained attention online, not just for the confrontation itself, but for how it unfolded. Many viewers praised the teens for staying calm under pressure, while others pointed out that the couple's aggressive behavior only made things worse. Encounters like this happen more often than people realize. Fishing or camping near residential areas frequently leads to disputes over property lines. Homeowners associations sometimes assume they have more power than they actually do, while outdoor enthusiasts might assume public access without checking first. In this case, both sides were stubborn, but the teens came prepared with documentation, a move that probably kept the situation from escalating further. But here's the real question. If the police had arrived, whose side would they have taken? Would they have supported the homeowners or confirmed that the teens were within their rights all along? Situations like this make you wonder how easily misunderstandings about land use can spiral into unnecessary conflict, and how much better things could go with mutual respect instead of confrontation. Before we move on, remember this. Whenever you're fishing or camping near residential areas, always know your rights and carry documentation, because you never know when someone might decide to challenge you. On August 21st, 2023, Jay, an explorer and paranormal investigator behind the YouTube channel The Journey is the Destination, returned to the eerie Aaron Cemetery, hidden within the ruins of a long-abandoned ghost town. This was his second visit to the site, meant to redo a previous live stream that had been plagued by technical issues despite capturing moments of unexplained activity. Determined to obtain clearer evidence, Jay set out again to explore the area's chilling reputation and see what might reveal itself this time. He began retracing the same paths from his earlier trip, reflecting on the strange experiences he had captured before. The cemetery, surrounded by tall grass and weathered gravestones, holds the remains of both children and military veterans, many resting in unmarked graves. From nearby fields came the faint rhythmic sounds of cows calling in the distance, blending eerily with the heavy stillness surrounding the site. Not long into the investigation, Jay's equipment began reacting. Through the Spirit Talker app, words such as soldier and sliced appeared, phrases he believed connected directly to the nearby military graves.
Is that one of the children buried here? There's no names on these 5 graves here, but they are children. And then that's a child, that's a child, that's a child. No name on that one. Can't really read that.
These responses, combined with the nameless headstones scattered around him, gave the impression that something unseen might be attempting to communicate. Jay remembered his earlier visit vividly, when he believed he saw something inhuman shift shape among the trees. That memory returned sharply as the same terminology reappeared through the app referencing shapeshifter and transformation.
They take other forms.
They take other forms? The shapeshifters? Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. Especially knowing that I've had some experiences out here and I've seen some stuff I can't explain out here.
The words aloud, he began feeling sudden chills and goosebump sensations he took as signs of a nearby presence. As the night went on, the messages grew darker. Dance, she killed, and hunter. Jay linked these to the graves of children and others who had died under tragic circumstances. Passing a row of small, unmarked headstones believed to belong to children, he felt a wave of unease, as though he were being watched. The air grew thick and heavy, and faint rustling sounds broke the silence, echoing softly through the grass. At one point, Jay snapped a photo near a narrow section of the cemetery and noticed what appeared to be blood spatter in the image. The source was unknown, but the discovery left him shaken. As the session continued, the devices once again repeated words associated with shape-shifting entities, mirroring what he had documented on his last trip. Jay's expression shifted between curiosity and fear, as though the place itself was deliberately reminding him of that earlier night. Strangely, even though he kept hearing cows in the distance, none were ever visible. This led him to wonder if something might be mimicking their sounds to confuse or distract him. That unsettling idea aligned disturbingly well with the shapeshifter theme that had followed him since his first visit. In one particularly chilling moment, he saw a patch of grass bend under invisible pressure, as if something unseen had stepped across it, a sight that made him visibly tense. He also received names through the spirit talker, Charles George, and finally, James H. Jones, whose grave was nearby. Jay used those names to try establishing contact, asking whether the children buried there had died from illness or something darker. The replies remained cryptic, but carried an emotional weight that lingered. Other messages followed, "We hear you and see me." The repetition of these phrases gave the sense that something intelligent, or at least aware, was attempting to reach out. Jay spoke softly into the darkness, explaining he meant no harm. Though the night was quieter than his first visit, the strange atmosphere and cryptic responses left him deeply unsettled. Across both investigations, a clear pattern began to form, consistent mentions of shape-shifting entities, unexplained sensations, and phrases that seemed to link across visits. While paranormal tools like Spirit Talker and Ghost Tube offer no solid proof, the repetition of themes and timing of responses are difficult to dismiss. Could Aaron's cemetery truly hold restless spirits trying to reach out from beyond? Or could something far older and far less human be using those same channels to mislead anyone who dares to listen? Jay never captured visual proof of the alleged shapeshifter, yet the repeating words, eerie sounds, and subtle physical disturbances all point towards something lingering at Aaron's cemetery. And if something truly can take on other forms to blend in or deceive, how would you ever know it was there at all? Deep within the remote wilderness of Saskatchewan, Canada, a seasoned outdoorsman embarked on what was meant to be a straightforward hunting trip. Armed only with a crossbow and a camera to document his journey, he set out to track one of North America's most powerful predators, the grizzly bear. The terrain was harsh and unforgiving. Thick brush and endless miles of wild forest stood between him and his target. Every cautious step mattered. Out here, one wrong move could decide whether you lived or died. Hours went by as he moved silently through the woods, staying downwind and tuned to every subtle sound. Each snap of a twig or rustle in the leaves hinted at something large lurking close by. In this unforgiving region, the boundary between hunter and hunted is thin and dangerously easy to cross. As daylight began to fade and the trees cast longer shadows, a strange stillness crept over the forest. It wasn't the peace of dusk, it was the tense silence that comes when something unseen is watching. Then through the trees, it emerged a massive grizzly, likely weighing over 800 pounds just a few yards away. Its sheer size was staggering. The hunter froze as the animal's eyes locked on his, steady and fearless. The two stood motionless, locked in an eerie standoff. His heartbeat thundered in his chest. Each second stretched endlessly. The bear showed no fear, only a cold, deliberate focus, and then movement. In one swift action, the hunter raised his crossbow and fired. The bolt struck true. The bear jolted, stumbled, then began to weaken. For a long, suspended moment, everything stopped, and then the great beast collapsed. The forest seemed to exhale. The wind stirred the branches. Birds began to sing again. But inside the hunter, something had changed. This wasn't merely a contest of skill. It was an encounter with something ancient and untamed. Despite his gear training and experience, the hunter realized a truth few ever do. In the wilderness, control is a fragile illusion. Facing one of nature's apex predators, survival depends not on mastery, but on instinct, timing, and luck. As he walked away from the fallen giant, the weight of the moment settled heavy on him. He had lived through it, but it didn't feel like triumph. It felt like judgment. Because out here you might think you're the one in control, but the wild is always watching. And next time, it might not let you leave alive. The group described a heavy, oppressive feeling in the air, something entirely different from what they'd felt before. Moments after arranging the sticks, the sound of snapping branches echoed from behind them. Each time they turned to look, nothing was there. Then came the first inexplicable event. One member suddenly received a text message from his own phone number that read, "I'm with you," even though the device was currently in someone else's possession. Whether it was an unusual glitch or something more sinister, no one could explain it, and the group decided to pause filming. As they continued setting up, the forest seemed to react around them.
This is a strange video today. Basically, a few months back, few months, we made this. Most of you will know that this is like, what is it again, bro? Like a proxy symbol, obviously like to do Slenderman and all that shit. And we did it for the movie trailer, and for Slenderman versus Jeff the Killer. It'll be on the screen if you want to see it. That was a few months ago. Yeah, they can see it. We made a trailer a few months ago, Slender versus Jeff the Killer, and we made this. We haven't finished it yet, but we made this. And after we made it, we went somewhere else in these woods, and it just went crazy. Jonathan, what happened?
Okay, so like, well, at first it wasn't that bad, but like it started feeling like it was hard to breathe, like everywhere in this forest. And I know people would just say like, oh yeah, because that's a forest, but it wasn't like that. And then all of a sudden, when we had finished this, that's when it started feeling like that. So like, anyway, we carried on walking around and like kept hearing like branches snapping behind us. And we turned around, they was snapped, but there's no one there and stuff. So and after that, James got a message on his phone from himself, and he didn't send it to himself because I had his phone. And I didn't do it either. So anyway, I gave it to James and said, you got a message. He looked it up, it said it was from himself, and it said, I'm with you.
It said my number on it, so you'd think it was me sending it, but it weren't. And no one has my number saying it could have been me. So that's a weird thing that happened, like, I don't even know how to explain that day. I never talked about it until this video, and what we're doing is seeing if anything else happens this video, because we're making it again. Obviously we're putting the sticks there to finish it off.
Well, trying.
This is getting intense.
In 2015, a young YouTuber named James uploaded a video that would later become the most mysterious and unsettling entry on his channel. What began as a simple behind-the-scenes recording for a short horror project soon spiraled into something far more disturbing than he or his friends ever anticipated. James and his group had returned to a familiar wooded location to rebuild a proxy symbol for their Slenderman fan film. The same symbol had been made weeks earlier, but as soon as they stepped back into the clearing, the atmosphere shifted.
Okay, so we haven't actually finished this yet. Like, this is literally just after we've done the first part of the vlog. As we turned the camera off, branches all around us just went all at the same time.
And do you hear the bushes moving as well? It sounded like someone was moving.
It sounded like there was people like coming towards us, and the bushes were moving and shit, but there was like no animals.
They noticed subtle movements in the brush and the sound of something large pushing through the undergrowth. At one point, the camera appeared to malfunction, showing strange blurry distortion that reflected their growing sense of confusion and unease. They eventually completed the symbol, but another text arrived from the same number reading, "Time to go." Already on edge, the group decided to leave. Before they could, one of them spotted what looked like a humanoid figure standing in the distance. The fading light and their rising anxiety made it impossible to be sure, and they chose not to approach. Part of what makes the video so believable is its timing, uploaded nearly 10 years ago, long before the era of viral TikTok horror edits and heavily staged paranormal vlogs. It wasn't presented as evidence of the supernatural. It was quietly uploaded, leaving viewers to draw their own conclusions. The repeated self-text messages are nearly impossible to explain with common phone glitches, especially considering who held each device at the time. Combined with the strange sounds, video distortion, and possible figure citing the pattern, is difficult to dismiss completely. Was this merely a chain of eerie coincidences fueled by imagination, or did they accidentally capture something far stranger than the horror film they had planned to make?